Good morning, how are you? It's Textile Tuesday. Yes, it's Textile Tuesday. Here we are. Good morning. Are you all okay? Who's joining me this morning? We shall soon find out. Let me just tap that on the old book of faces and we will soon find out. Fiona, straight in. Good morning, Fiona. Yes, I am going to show you the basics of some of the Tilda toys today, because you'll see we've got loads of them on the website for you this morning, because they're always a favourite. They make great gifts, and let's face it, if we're going back into lockdown, we need stuff to do, and these are a lovely thing to do. And also, you know, it means that we can actually delve into our stash and have a rummage around and see what we fancy making. So let's see. Oh, Jackie's here as well. Good morning, Jacqueline. Well, good morning back at you, says Fiona. Good morning. And Linda and Pauline and Jane, good morning. And Andrea as well. And Margaret, good morning. And Helen and Jill and Heather, hello, hello, hello. Who else have we got? Tina and Kate. Kate, I am loving your ideas. Every day that Jane comes in and she says, Mum says, have you thought about doing this? And I keep saying, email Natasha. But I'm getting the messages through, Kate. It's all good. It's all good. And Lorraine and Marion, good morning. And Helen, hello. Oh, Helen, I completely forgot to look in the warehouse for you. I will do it after the show, but I think so, yes. Wendy, good morning. And Elizabeth, hello to you. And Carol and Christine and Steph, good morning. Good morning. Helen says, morning, Natasha. Hope you and your family are all well. Well, Freddie's lying upside down on the sofa watching Inspector Gadget, so I think he's okay. He had a birthday party he went to at a forest school. Very clever, you see. Stick him outside in the open air, it's all good, right? And he came home having made a bow and arrow. All good. Good morning, Colette. Hello. Oh, Helen, is Steve still playing boats? Make the most of it, right? Make the most. And Anne's here, and Valerie and Karen, hello, how are you? How is that gorgeous grandchild of yours? And Steph as well, and Christine and Anne, hello, and Donna. Oh, she's looking forward to a Tilda demo. And Jill and Jan, good morning, good morning. Oh, is it chilly in Devon? Is it? It's not that nice here, actually. Yeah, really, one of those proper murky day. Crafty Purple Cat is watching. Good morning to you. And Susie as well. She says, oh, another wet one. Yes, it is. And Julia, hello. Lots of you having come back from a soggy dog walk. Oh, Fiona's got a couple of minutes to watch as the decorators are coming a day early. She's got to clear the kitchen. Ah, no. Morning, Tony. How are you? And Leslie, but you can catch up later, Fiona. It's all right. It's all good. Don't worry. And Janet and Linda. Oh, Linda says that she's pleased that we're bringing us dressmaking. That was yesterday. Yeah, we did a bit of that yesterday. But do watch this space, because it's on the radar to do more and more of it. I've got lots of things planned for the new year for dressmaking. And what else? What else? Good morning, Claire. Hello. Hello. Jo says, I'm a good distraction this morning as her daughter is off for her very first baby scan. Ah, it starts to get real, doesn't it? It really does. Elaine says rainy in Cornwall. Well, when isn't it? Well, it's either rainy or sunny, isn't it, in Cornwall? There's never an in-between. And then sometimes it does rain and sun at the same time, which is beautiful, because then you get more rainbows in Cornwall than I think I've seen anywhere. Jane's busy tidying Lego with Lily whilst watching. Lily says, hello. Hello, Lily. How are you? What have you made with your Lego? That's what I want to know. So many things can be made with Lego. It's amazing stuff. And then you tread on it. And I want to throw the whole lot out in the house. Christine, thank you ever so much for helping with my Tilda quilt issue. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And Geraldine says she's having coffee and a bacon bagel. Oh! I'd kill for a bacon sandwich right now. Oh, yeah. And Pam's going to be getting ready for some pumpkin carving. Yeah, we've got a big one ready to carve. Not going to lie. Jacqueline's bought the Tilda mouse. Oh, fabulous. And Karen's grandchild has had his first, but he has not had his first birthday. Has he really? Oh my goodness, it doesn't seem 2 minutes since they got married. And she's now knitting him his winter woolies. Oh, lucky boy. And Suzanne is back from walking the dog. Lovely sunny day in Aberdeenshire. Right, well, we should clearly all be in Scotland then. That's clearly where we should all be. Right, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a bit of the basics of the Tilda toys, and then Jane's going to stuff the legs for me because it takes a bit of time and it's really boring to watch. But I wanted to show you the layout and all that kind of stuff. So I've done a little bit of prep for that, and then Jane very kindly said that she would do the leg stuffing whilst I showed you everything we've got on the show, because I got a bit overexcited today, I'm not going to lie. And Emma said, do you realise how many things you've got on the show today? I was like, yes, but they're all so pretty. I couldn't turn them down. So yeah, sorry not sorry on that score. And then we'll finish off the bear when his legs are stuffed and I've made his shorts. Because the bear is a great one to demo, because all of the Tilda animals are basically, this is your starting point. Now, yeah, we've got the cow and you had add on the horns, but the basics are still this. And the angel mouse, this is your starting point. And if you can do this, then you can make any of the toys. And if I show you how to do the shorts, then you'll be able to do Santa's trousers if you bought the Santa. And you'll be able to make shorts for any of the animals, because they're basically fundamentally the same body, just different features. I don't know where I think features are. It's turned into some sort of dance. So good morning, what can I say? And the other thing that we have on the show, I'm not demoing it because this is something that Kath wants to just gauge your interest with, really. So lovely Kath Hardcastle, who does all of the applique designs for us, is also an incredible animal artist. And after we did the dogs, there was a massive cry for, what about cats? We don't want to be catist or doggist, so we've bought you a cat. And this is the first time that we've done this, and this has been in the pipeline for a little while, because I've worked with Kath to source someone who can do the printing on these, but it has to be of a high quality to obviously pick up all of the detail in beautiful scruff. So this is scruff, and what you'll get is the panel to make scruff and the full instructions. I think I put a 20-inch cushion in here. It wasn't a very expensive one. It was one I got off Amazon. So it wasn't like a really floofy 20-inch one, and it fits beautifully in there. So the panels, what you're paying for with Kath is a lifetime's worth of artistry, and the time that it takes to create these things. And I really love the fact that we can back UK artists, and that really sits really nicely with me, that we can, I mean, even that she's even designed the cat fabric in such a beautiful way, and it tessellates, so it doesn't matter which way up you have it, there will be a cat going in various directions. She's also done you instructions and care instructions, washing instructions for the panel. So you've got all your step-by-step instructions there as well. So this is the kit, this is the panel. So you've got the main scruff picture, and then the rest of it is Kath's fabric design that she is beautiful. I'm going to show it to you close up because it's absolutely gorgeous, and that gives you enough fabric to make that beautiful cushion. And there's been, oh my goodness, I've kind of been with her on this journey to find the right, oh hello, my camera's shifted, to find the right printer, and all of those things. I'm just going to go and shift that camera, so I'll leave you with that. I don't know, oh, I must have jogged it. Sorry everyone, there you go. Because it's really important. So this, when you were all asking for the cat, I knew that Scruff was on his way, but I couldn't say anything because I didn't know where we got with the printers. But here he is. I mean, I just love this. I absolutely love this fabric. I would have this as just as fabric. But then look at the detail in Scruff. Scruff is a ragdoll. He is a real cat. He belongs to Kath's son, but she says that she has cat sat him enough that it's okay. It's okay to do this. So there we go. That is the panel instructions, and I just think it's really gorgeous that we can support homegrown artists and bring this to air. It's really special, really special. So I'm super excited. So we have a handful that are printed, ready to go. And we wanted to see what your reaction was, how much you love him. And then any more than that, we will get printed. So it'll take a couple of weeks to get it printed, packed up, and then sent off to you. So they will be printed to order after that. So it'll take just a couple of weeks. So if you are first one in, then we've got that, and Kath will send that out tomorrow. If not, then you will get it. It'll just take a couple of weeks. So please do bear with us on that. Anything else that I need to know before? Oh, hang on. Ginny says this evening, good morning everyone from Ginny. I hope you can all watch Autumn Watch and enjoy the Isle of Man, Tentsmuir Forest. Well, we will take a look at that. And Pam's struggling to find me on YouTube this morning. I'll be there. Don't you worry. Oh, Laurie says, good morning. Hooray. I've got my cat cushion ordered. Well, you know, if there was a lady that I thought might love a cat cushion, not going to lie, it would be you. And Leanne said, good morning. Received my mystery fabric. It's beautiful. And couldn't resist the Tilda this morning. Hey, do you know what? Do it. Do it. And Ginny says, congratulations also on going into production with your Smarf. Missed your announcement yesterday. Doggies needed to go out for a pee. It's very exciting / utterly terrifying. But they do say, don't they, that you should do something every day that scares you a little bit. I think I can just store this up for a month's worth of terror. It's all good. But it's so exciting because I've got Kaffe fabrics in there, I've got Philip Jacobs fabrics in there, I've got Moda in there. Because I'm not sending it abroad to do, I can source the fabrics here and send off the beautiful fabrics that I love that I just wouldn't get. If I was outsourcing it to China or anything like that, I just couldn't guarantee that I'd get the quality or anything like that. So there's been a lot of toing and froing. But yeah. I think I might have over 90 different fabrics going in. Might have got overexcited. But it means that there'll be really limited edition because there's only going to be a handful of each design. Exciting. Right. I don't know where my voice has gone today. So just bear with me. Right. Let's have a look at this because when you get, for instance, your autumn bear kit, then I've done the autumn bear kits with fancy schmancy trousers, but I've also done them with the Tilda toy fabric, which is plain-ish. I mean, you can see there's texture in there. For several reasons, because I think that if you're making toys for little boys, then it's really lovely to be, they don't all want Tilda fabrics. But Tilda quality is fab, so why not use the Tilda toy fabrics that she does, and they are more robust, which is brilliant. So I wanted to show you the layout, and I will probably swing that onto this camera here to show you here. And I don't know if you can see there, but everything is laid out. So your your fat quarter that you'll get of the Tilda fabric toy making fabric. Sorry, Scruff. I'm really sorry, love. You've just got to come out the way for a minute. If you fold your fabric in half, then this is how we do it. So fold your fabric in half, cut out your templates, and the templates all come with it. Okay, so cut out your templates, or if you don't want to cut into your pattern, then trace them off and cut them out. Then place them on, draw around. You'll see these bits here that's where you stop. So start, go all the way around. Decrease your stitch length. I've got mine on 1.4, okay? Because if you're giving these to a small child, they're going to get some loving, slash be thrown around the place by their arms and legs. So I take the stitch length way, way down on these. So there's that there, and it's pretty clear. I mean, arm times 4. But by the time that you've folded the fabric over, actually you only need 2 arms. It's 4 pieces of fabric, but 2 arms. So again, draw around, and then you stitch on the line. On the line. So that's my other arm. That's my turning through gap there. And then, oh, I've done this that way around. Doesn't matter which way around. And then, so we've got 2 arms, 2 legs. And then we've got the ear, 2 ears there, ear. And then the head. Now, here's the thing, the head is slightly different. So what I've done is I've stitched all the way around, and then you've got this little piece here. Okay, now draw that on, but don't cut it out. And we're going to stop about there. It's all good, I'll show you. Okay. Basically, where there's a dotted line, you don't stitch. All right. And I'll show you what we do with that in a minute. It's just so we're going to get the shape of the head. So then once you've got all of these here like that, you can either snip into them. Hang on, let me... I'm going to just take the... Well, that sounds bad, doesn't it? I'm just going to take the head off. You know what I mean? So here, these are your ears. And I just go in with my pinking shears to go close. And there we go. Can I also show you something here as well? Because I've come around this corner here. And I don't know what I was doing. I got a bit distracted, went for a little wander. Doesn't matter. Hi, Jane. Oh, another cup of tea. Fabulous, thank you. I'm about to give you some arms and legs. I know. There you go. And so I've just gone, oh, whoops. Done a holding stitch there and then re-stitched around there. So if you do have a little wobble, it's really not the end of the world. And it means that I don't have to unpick that because that would be really dull. And then all I'll need to do is smooth out that, press that, and that's the start of an ear. And you've got what Tilda calls an extra seam. Anytime you see ES, it's extra seam, and you tuck that under and then press that. We have the rest of the ear to add on in one moment. Okay, so this is your starting point, and once you do this, and this is the same for the mouse, for all of it. They're all like this. Now, if you don't have pinking shears, or if you want to get super smooth, then just snip in. For me, that was a bit too short, if I'm honest. I'm really honest. So that's fine. So that's how we will do the ears. Let me just trim out the other one, and then I can't remember if the ears get stuffed. I'll have to actually look at the instructions. It's been so long since I last made one of these, and yet this one will go in a certain small boy's Christmas paraphernalia. So right, there's that. Let me show you how to do a leg and turn it through. And then I can hand this over to Jane. Lucky old Jane. She gets all the fun jobs, right? And again, just going close to the stitching, but not right into it. Obviously. And for me, where the turning through hole is, if you want to leave a little bit more, then do, because that'll just help, because you'll have to slip stitch that shut. Okay. Right, now then, if you own something like a turning through tool, Oh no, where have all my woodeny bits gone for this? No, oh, here we go. Whew, panic averted. Then go for the middle size one. If not, you're going to have to use your fingers and turn it through, okay? But basically, pop that in there, go flat end in and push through. And you see, then you can go back in and twirl that around. And it's really not that bad, because this is the only really fiddly bit of it, to be honest, but they're so worth it. My kids absolutely love Tilda toys. I think because they're the right size. The limbs are the right size for little hands to get a hold of. And they've all got them, monkeys, all sorts. So all I'll do is then turn that seam over there. And again, do you remember I left a little bit extra on that seam, and press, and that's ready for stuffing. And like I say, this fabric, because it is the actual Tilda doll fabric in with the bear kits, you know, they're really nice, robust. It's really nice, robust fabric. So we're all good. And then when it comes down to actually stuffing the limbs, a little bit at a time. That's the secret, is a little bit at a time wins the day. Slow and steady wins the day on that. So I'm going to hand that bit. Actually, no, I'm going to do this head and then hand it over to Jane, then we'll look at fabric. It's a bit disjointed, I know, but bear with me. So here is the head, okay, with his little nose, and it's ever so cute. And it says, on the headpiece, pinch the two raw edges of the fabric together at the opening in the top of the head so the edges meet. Pin together and then sew across. Bear with, I'm going to show you. Okay, it's a bit like boxing the bottom of a bag. That's the closest. I suddenly had that little epiphany. I was like, oh, that's what it is, of course. So we're just going to whiz around his head. And again, just, if you want to, slow and steady. Jane had been using this machine for quilting yesterday, and so she'd been free motioning, so she'd turned the speed dial down, and actually it was really helpful, because I do have a bit of a habit of getting overexcited and rushing, and I was like, yeah, that's why Jane's stuff is always so lovely and accurate, and mine's a little bit more hail fellow well met, shall we say? I don't know if that even makes sense. Right, so again, we've got that line where we need to stuff him, so we've left that open, and now we're coming around. And again, you know, just don't panic, because we're just going to come around here, give him a cute little button nose, and this is going to be the same on the angel as well. He's quite big, actually. When he's finished, he's about, I think it's about 46, 48 centimetres, something like that. So these are quite sizable toys. So round we come. Through the head, top of the head, and stop. Lock that stitch off, whether that means doing that duk, 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 duk stitch, or whether you're going to go forwards and backwards, whatever it is, do it so that that stitch is then held. And then I'm going to chop his head. Poor little chap, but round he comes. Polyester thread in. Jane had been quilting yesterday, so the beautiful Aurifil was in there. That came out because polyester thread is so much tougher than pure cotton, and if these are going to be loved, then you want to have that polyester thread in there. So short stitch length, polyester thread, trim everything back. Now let's look at this and hope we get it right. Okay, so up here, all you want to do is pull it apart like you would box a bottom of a bag. Okay, line up those seams there, and then you're just going to sew across there. And we'll soon know if we've done it right, because when we turn it through, we'll soon see if he has a nice domed head. Yeah, look, here we go. We've got that shape in there, and that's all we need it for, is that shape, so that when we stuff his head, he's going to have... Now, that's the other thing. Do we have to sew it down? Oh, yeah, no, hang on a minute. I've done that wrong. Sorry. Yeah, I've got arms and legs for you. I'm just doing this head, and I've just had a little bit of a moment. I think I've got to sew it round like that. Haha, makes more sense. Yeah, here we go. So on that line, sew it around. So it's like putting in a dart. So I'll treat it like a dart and do the other side the same. I wish I'd marked that now on the other side. So you will mark that on the other side. There we go. And now, it's not always clear how it's written, but I think this is the way. This is how I would do it anyway. Yeah, look at that. Nicely domed. That's the one. And that will give you, yeah, instantly you can see that's going to give him shape to his head. That's the way to do it. So sew on that line around. Okay. There you go. Can you see? Sewn on it and around so that it's domed. And we will stuff that then, and then the ears go kind of at the edge of that bit there. So that also acts as a guide for you. Told you it'd been a long time. Should have actually read the instructions. So Jane, if I give you that, and some pinking shears and a turning through tool, have you got enough stuffing out there? If not, there's some in the warehouse. There you go. Thank you very much. Okay. So, same principle applies. Let's have a look at the shorts. And again, you're going to have to excuse me. It's been a while since I've done these. So, your shorts are going to be like this. And again, you're just going to sew around. They don't look like shorts right now. But you sew to there, and you sew to there. And you leave this short curve there unstitched. Unlike me, who got carried away and sewed all the way there and then had to unpick. Ugh. So this is not stitched, this isn't stitched, this isn't stitched, and this isn't stitched. Just these curvy bits here. And then again, you're going to cut it out. Now, the way, because you do it this way, it obviously leaves you to add your seam allowance in, whatever you feel comfortable adding in, okay? So if you like big seam allowances, then great, go for it. If you don't, that's also absolutely fine, okay? And not forgetting that I've also stitched around his inner ear here. So we'll just cut those out as well. Do, 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 do. Now his shorts, this is all Tilda fabric. Everything on the show today in the Tilda kits is Tilda fabric. I haven't done that thing where people go, oh, it's all right, you can just put any old plain with it. I really haven't done that. I've sourced tilde all through. If you want to do the thing of putting little nicks in it, then just fold over your fabric, go just above that stitch line and clip. Okay, so fold over the fabric, go just above the stitch line and clip, and that just takes you to knock. You can, like, if you really trust yourself, of course you can go in and cut your notches like that, but you've got to be accurate every single time, haven't you? And hope that you don't go too close to your stitches. Whereas with this method where you just fold it over and just clip in a little V above your stitches, you know that it's meeting every time. So that would just be another little tip that I would throw out there for anyone going, how do we do this then? How do we clip? And it just takes the bulk out, means it's going to be nice and smooth as you go around. You can do it the other way if you want, but it's just as easy, I find, to do this. I can't remember where I saw it, and I just had that light bulb moment when, well, yes, of course. That means that I'm in no danger of cutting into my fabric line, because I'm starting away and cutting away from. If you come at it like this, then you're cutting in towards the stitching, and it's really easy to slip. But if you fold it, then you are starting, you didn't put your nail on the seam line, and you are snipping away from it, so you're going to be good. But again, this is all preference, and it's up to you. But when you've done that, flip the ear through, turn up where it says ES, that's your extra seam, and turn that through. So we'll just, and that's going to be hand stitched onto your outer ear. So I tend to save up the hand stitching for in front of a movie. It's a bit of a drizzly day today, so I will hand stitch these later in front of the TV while we watch a movie together, and that'll be really nice, as long as Captain Small doesn't run off with anything. But you see, there is your ear, and I really love these planes for the bear. There he is. So your hand stitch, I'll smooth that out a bit more, and then you hand stitch that onto there, and that is the start of your ear. Ear, yes. And again, I've printed off all of these for you. So it says, turn the ear middles through to the right side and press. Place the middles onto the outer ears with the open edges lined up. So that's these down the bottom here. They're your open edges there. Okay. Hand stitch the middle ears onto the ears, sewing only through one of the layers of fabric of the ear. So basically, don't sew onto the back side, just sew onto that front side there. Okay. Fold in the extra seam allowance around the openings and press the ears. Fill the ears with a tiny bit of stuffing around the edges, using a stick to poke it in place. There we go. And then they are just going to get sewn onto the head. So pin the ears to each side of the head, curving each ear a little bit into a slight bow shape. And that will be easy enough to do. So you can even fold it if you want to give him extra what have you. And then you're just going to stitch them onto the head. So we'll get to all of that bit in a minute. Let's look at these shorts, and we'll look at the fabric. So again, I am going to refer back to these instructions because it has been a very long time since I last did one of these. Okay, at the crotch area. Yes, ladies and gents, so on this long bit here, we can press this seam open here. Okay, and then it looks like the picture, which is always really handy. I don't know. Had that on my mind since yesterday, since showing you that beautiful polyester satin finished navy fabric. Or actually, oh, I've got my pressing ham. Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it? Stick that in there. Oh, I did proper dressmaking for the Tilda Bear. We expect nothing less here, let me tell you. Nothing less. So I think there could well be a lot of... I don't know why I think of the bear for boys, but certainly my bear. And we do call Freddie Bear. And Emily calls him Bear as well. So we've got Captain Small and Bear in our life. And but she can't say Freddie, so she just calls him Bear. So now everyone at school is also calling him Bear, because she just shouts across everywhere, Bear! Bear! No bear! No bear! You know, when he has generally displeased her. Quite a lot of time. Yeah, no bear. Right, so at the moment it looks a bit weird. I'll give you that. I always look at the pattern for the shorts and go, really? Okay, and forget that it does work. So what you're going to do, and again you can use your pattern to mark this on both sides, is how best to show you this. Here we go. So the seams that you've sewn down there that were at the side now come to the front, okay? And this now these become the legs, and this becomes the crotch area. So what you are going to do is, and I would mark your seam on there. So I've come up there and I will mark that onto there as well. Sew up one side, sew down the other, and then you've got the leg bit there done. Okay, it is a little bit fiddly, it's all good, but that's toy making for you, isn't it? So I guess the lovely comment this morning, oh Natasha, I'm so pleased you're doing dressmaking. Yes, for bears this morning, only if you are a bear. So we're going to come up, and if you want to match those seams and fiddle and faff about with that, then you can. Up to there, spin it around and go down here. Now Tuna Fanaga, the designer for Tilda, she started designing these actually when she worked in a craft shop. So these have been going for many a year. There you go, shorts, right? So don't be afraid, and then turn them through. And there are his little shorts, and then turn up the seam here, and you will hand stitch that seam. So press it, hand stitch it, or if you want to cheat and you want to pop some, oh, I've got some of that Bonder Web hemming stuff. Wonder Web, isn't it? It's called Wonder Web. Come on, hands up how many parents have gone, ugh, school trousers are too long, hem it with the Wonder Web. There you go, so you'll flip those under there. Same with the top bit. Press them, and then you can hand stitch those seams shut should you wish. And if you, I mean, make them even, take that time to do it, of course. And then also with the top bit, you will fold that over, press it, and you'll put some little pleats in here so that you don't have to sew them onto the body. Or you could pop some elastic if you want them to be able to come off. Then pop a little bit of elastic in there so he's got elasticated trousers, and then they can come off if you wish. Let me just press those so that we know where we're at with these little shorts. Dink, dink, dink. But I mean, really, how gorgeous is he? And of course, you've got the pattern. And if you make them elasticated, then you can do them in, because it's just a piece, it's not a huge piece. You could raid your scraps for different shorts. When I was a little girl, when I was the youngest in the school. When I'm an August baby, I should have been September and I should have been the oldest in the class, but I wasn't. I was an August baby. I was a few weeks late. So I was always the youngest in the class. And I remember my friend Johnny Williams, and his mum was the school secretary, and she had made a school outfit for his Snoopy dog so that Snoopy could come to school with him. It's crazy the things you remember, isn't it? And I really wanted a school uniform Snoopy dog so it could come to school with me. There we go. There's his little trousers. So if you wanted to hand stitch the seam, that's fine. Hand stitch your seams down there. And if you want to put elastic in there so that they are then elasticated little shorts, then you can do that. That's no problem at all. And just press those nicely. So that's your shorts covered. Let's show you some fabric then whilst Jane stuffs a few legs for me. It's a team effort, you see, it's the makes team. But then you can make them out of whatever you want. If you've got other Tilda fabrics, you know, you can make it out of there. Let me show you the other thing that I've also got on the show for you today. Are we all good? Let me just check in with you all. Are we all good? Oh, hang on. What have I done? Oh, Val says it's wet and windy in Neath. I think it's wet and windy most places apart from Aberdeen, we've discovered. Oh, Susan's finished cutting out the background for Jane's quilt from last week using a new Creative Grids rulers. Oh! So, a couple of things for tomorrow. Stripology rulers back in stock. They are winging their way. They've arrived at Creative Grids. They're now going to be sent out to me, so they should be here in the next day or so. So if you've been waiting for your Stripology ruler, I've got them in stock again, which is excellent news, especially for anybody doing the quilting. Also, block of the month, the subscriptions are about to be sent out in the next day or so. If you have moved house, please, can you let us know if you've moved house or anything like that so that we send them to the correct place. Elizabeth says, wow, the eyes on the cat glow in the dark, embroidered thread required. Oh yeah, cat's eyes, be amazing. Yes. Right, I think we're good. Yeah, lots of you loving a bit of Creative Grids. And Patricia's just realised how to watch it on your TV. Hello. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh, hang on. Who's this? That was the vets. I have to ring him back later. Poor old Maudie. She's got... I don't know if I caught my bad ear off the dog. Is that a thing? I don't know. But she's got a bad ear. I've got a bad ear. Yeah, we'll just bad ear it together. Righty-ho. Okay, so the Tilda cow with overalls. This is brand new today. This particular colourway is exclusive to Natasha Makes. But again, you can see straight away that it's going to be done in the same way. Okay, exactly the same way. And then you've got your overalls there. And we have put this kit together so that... Whoops, that's not going to stay, is it? I'll pop it that way instead. Wedge it behind a goose. That is your main cow fabric. That is your ear fabric, not your ear fabric, your horn fabric. And then you can... There we go. You've got those three fabrics then to make the overalls with. So you can decide which way round you want it. That's meant to be your pocket fabric, but it's up to you. And then you've got those to play with. I really like the idea of having the stars on the outside. But they're all very, very gorgeous and they are there for you today. And then so you've got your instructions there, and then you've got what I've done when I've printed this pattern out. I've done it so that then they aren't back to back, so you don't have to trace them out for this one. It's just all, you can just cut it straight out, and I've done it as a separate thing to the rest of the instructions so you're not having to tear them off. I actually took a moment to think about that. So that's the cow. I don't know how many of those we've got left. Now, if you have seen, here we go, if you've seen, oh, I've got a voicemail from the vet. She's got to go see a dermatologist. Apparently it might be an allergy. Who knows? So this is the goose. Actually, Jane and I did this together. I did all of the piecing, and then Jane quilted her for me because she's good at the old free motion quilting. I think the cat's been on this, and that's fine. It's in our house now. That's the thing. It's on the sofa because I love it so much, and because I knew that it would end up on my sofa, I went with a dark blue background. But I know that a lot of you wanted a lighter coloured background. So what I've done is I put two different kit colours together for you. Now this is pieced. And as long as you can, pop a little square and then so at a 45-degree angle, you're good. You can do everything on here. It's pretty straightforward. The only thing that I hadn't tackled before was the beak, and that was doing a half square rectangle. Oh, we've got 11. We only got 11 cows left. Oh my goodness, they're moving fast. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Right, so this is from the Maple Farm collection, and I've done it as a booklet for you. How sweet's that? Because actually I found that when I printed mine out and I had it, so I had to keep turning, oh, it was a pain. So what I've done for this is I've made it as a booklet for you. And you've got all of your cutting instructions there, and you've got your key with everything there, and it comes together really beautifully, and it's lovely. So I will show you, the instructions are super clear. You know, I would not put myself up there with Jane in terms of quilting ability, patchworking ability, or anything like that, but I managed it absolutely fine. And this was the only thing that I hadn't really done before, and all I would say, this is your rectangle on rectangle, half rectangle triangle, if you will. All I would say is just draw on all the way round your 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, and then just flip it and match the edges and draw a line and sew on that line, and you'll be absolutely fine. And then it's exactly the same as doing a half square triangle. And as long as you can, like I say, put your square on there, draw your diagonal, sew on it, cut and press it back, then you can do everything else in here. That's the only things that you need to do, okay? So this is one of the colorways. And you're going to have loads left over, by the way. That's the head and that's the beak, and then these are all the fabrics that you need for the rest of the body. And your background for this, because I thought if you were going to gift it to someone, you might want just a neutral background. So this is Tilda's sand colour, which I think is really lovely. It's just, this is a really soft colour, but it has to have that contrast with the rest of it. And so that's one option. Okay, the other colourway that we've put together is the sand and umber, or umber and sand, which is the same colour that I did mine one, but instead of that dark blue, because a lot of you said that was too dark for you, but I've got a dark blue sofa, so it works perfectly. We've put it with this lovely, I can't remember what it's called, lilac or lilac mist. Oh no, it was thistle. It was thistle, which is normally really hard to get hold of. And I lucked out and managed to get a bolt of it. So yeah, with the thistle, I love that purple. It's called thistle because I always think of it, have they spelled that right? Is it not meant to be thistle? But no, thistle. That's that colour there, which just then works beautifully because you've got a little bit of it in there and it just creeps in here and there. So that's really rather lovely. So we've got those kits for you again, available today. And we make all these kits up ourselves. You know, if you look at the cow kits that you can buy officially from Tilda, you pay another £10 on top of what we charge. So we like to try and we make the kits up ourselves, and that's where we save. They don't come in the fancy bag or anything like that, but what do you do with the bag anyway? It just means that we can keep the costs down and pass that on to you. So we do make up the kits themselves. I know, because I made them up this morning at about 4 o'clock. So, you know, they're all done and labelled beautifully. Right, other kits that you might like to have a look at, and I only have 3 of these left, and but they sort of get a little bit forgotten about because there's only 3 of them left. But this is to make the beautiful mosaic butterfly pillow. How gorgeous is that? And it's this colourway here, and again, we've done it with a grey background rather than the blue. So this bit here is this lovely dark grey from Tilda, which sets off the red really beautifully. And you've got binding to go all the way around the cushion there. And then the back of the cushion, I don't know if there's a photo of that actually in there, is actually your Tilda backing fabric. So that will be what the back of your cushion looks like. And then these are, let me hold these up. These are all the fabrics that make up the butterfly, which do go, because you want that contrast so that it stands out. So it goes with that grey. And like I say, I only have 3 of those left. That's all I have. And when they're gone, they're gone. I don't have any more of that fabric to make up any more of those kits. So yeah, I know that loads of you bought it at the time and loved it, and there are just 3 little kits left, and that's it. Then they're gone. They are gone. Right, let's pop those there. And again, these make lovely kits. They make lovely gifts, and they're just a lovely afternoon, to do. Other things that I have found on my journeys. I haven't even taken these out of the wrapper. Well, no, I did take these. They're like Russian doll of pots, and I rather love these. So I'm going to put my set on the windowsill when I can find them, because the kids have stolen them and just put all sorts of stuff in them. But I just thought they were really handy. Or if you want to do little gift hampers or something like that, then they were just super cute. So I've got I think they work out being about a tenner for all of those. But again, they're on the website, and I've only got about 5 sets or whatever, but I just thought they were fun, so I thought I would show you. If you have got kids at home and you're after stuff to do, haha. Oh, also, I do stock Tilda hair as well, and it's merino wool. It's absolutely beautiful. It's 100% baby merino wool. But if you are after, these are the colours that I've got for you. So I've got the fog, so that we've got Santa covered if you want to do your Santas. And again, that's sold out everywhere else. Certainly at the suppliers, I can't get any more of it right now. It's all sold out and forward orderable. So we've got ash blonde, brown, fog, and dark brown there. Aren't they cute? Really, really cute. So if you are attempting any of those out of the book and you need hair, we stock the hair here. It's not always readily available. Also, if you are working with the kids, why not get them proper Fiskars scissors? Fiskars, obviously a name that we all trust for crafting. And how cute is this? My first embroidery with a teddy bear. I've only got a handful of those, but they're a bit cute. And if you want to make your own felt rainbow this half term, especially if you've got an extended half term, or maybe you're just looking for little stocking fillers, then I've got those too. Also, what I managed to find, and I'm super excited to show you these. I know it's not Easter, and I know that they're eggs for decorating, but you never see these anywhere. And then I just spied them at my supplier. I was like, oh, need to get those. I've only got a handful, but they're the Tilda eggs to decorate. And actually, we've got things like this that we keep out all year round because it's just really pretty. I've got them in a bowl, and they're super cute. So but like I say, when they're gone, they're gone. I can't get any more. And that's that on that front. What else have I got to show you today? Oh my goodness. Also take a look, because in the interest of it being half term, I have taken 20% off all of Corinne Lapierre's felts for you, so that if you are someone that loves to make with the kids or do anything like that, I thought I'll give you a little bit of a helping hand for half term and what have you, or if you're after stocking fillers, if you started doing all of that, or if you just love to make felt things, then yeah, and then it makes way and I can get new stock in. But if you want to have that 20% off, then please do make the most of that. It's just because I thought it might help, and we'll have a look at some of her kits in just one moment. Do I need to check up on you lot? Are you all doing all right there? Gosh, lots of lovely messages I need to have a little look at. No! Oh, Gemma, was she now? Her 15-year-old was eyeing up my Liberty Christmas fabrics, as she would like some Christmas face masks. Would she now? Would she now like some Christmas Liberty face masks? Would she now? Oh, I don't think so in capitals. Yeah, I might have considered it, but she loses masks daily. Yeah. Susan says, point you in the way of the Liberty website. Yeah, she'll see the prices. Right, let's have a look. So, for each of these kits I've put together for you, you will get, and this, I mean, there is absolutely no surprise. This is a free download that Tilda does, but I have printed it off for you because I know that it's a faff to print, and you've run out of printer paper, or you've run out of ink, or or your printer doesn't work, or it's not connected up, or you don't know how to, or you can't find the website, or whatever. So I've done it for you. Did it for you this morning, and again, step by step, really clear, beautiful instructions there. But what I've done it slightly differently this time, so that now you've then got, this is a separate thing on really good quality card, so that you can then cut out and keep those templates, because the kits will make two. So you'll have, for example, you'd have one with the patterned body and the plain ears, and then a plain body and patterned ears. So you'd have the reverse if you want to do it. Or because the pattern's basically coming in there for free, you might just love the fabric and go, oh, actually, I'd really like to make a bag or something, and it really doesn't matter. But I've gone for some vintage Tildas that you just don't see that much anymore. I love that one. It feels a bit Art Deco-y, doesn't it? And again, teamed with Tilda Plains, because the quality then is there. I know I'm giving you absolute matching of quality. How gorgeous is that? This is Billy Joe. And then you've got your night blue. Beautiful, beautiful. I really struggled to get hold of these, so when they're gone, they're gone. Okay, just so that you know. And then Billy Joe with, oh, look at that. And doesn't it just change the feel completely? I looked at putting that one with the yellow, so I thought that would also be quite nice. But then I remembered I'd got the Billy Joe. I was like, yeah. That's the one. That's the one. So I have that for you. Now, what about the bird vine in the beautiful, beautiful purple there? And I've got, I haven't got my sticker on this. I can't tell you what. I think that's Lilac Mist. But again, just how pretty. I mean, it's just ridiculously pretty, all of it, isn't it? And again, with these, when they're gone, they're gone. I managed to get hold of salmon. And then I managed to get hold of Mildred and Ginger. And look how gorgeously they go together. Yes. Yes. And talking of that beautiful salmon colour, because, I don't know, I was always sort of put off by the fact it was called salmon. Oh, yes. Gorgeous. Because it's the same colour as the leaves, the petals on the flowers. So I was all over that. But again, when they're gone, they're gone. And then I got the lime. And found Mildred, again, in green. I went, yeah, I don't often do greens, do I? So this was really lovely. And then again, found the Francis the Frances. Frances in teal, but look, she's got those green leaves. Petal. Why do I keep calling them leaves? Petals. So yeah, once again, I was all over that. I mean, bring in purples, bring in teals, bring in all of that, but you've got that green, which is really hard to get hold of, but I got it. Got it! Yay! And then the stunning hair tile, which is one of my favorites. It's so delicate and pretty and beautiful, and I teamed it with the grey. This is cloud grey. Just if you want something really delicate, then I thought that was gorgeous. But if you want it with a little bit more punch, then why not pick out the red and go for that? But I mean, literally, I've got 3 of these, and that is it. Okay, so that is the Dachshund situation. Or if you just want to have beautiful fabrics, go for it. But certainly, you know, we've demoed this as well, so there is a full demo on the Dachshund, which I would have to look. We did it quite early on, so I would have to take a look back to see where that is. Right, let me pop those down there. Yeah, now let me show you. This is Angel Mouse, not to be confused with Danger Mouse. Angel Mouse, Angel Mouse. And again, I've gone traditional Tilda here. So this is from the old Rose collection. Tilda was, I keep calling her Tilda, Tuna, was asked to bring back some of the classic Rose type prints, the really achingly pretty prints, and so she did, and that's the old Rose collection, and this is Lucy from the old Rose collection. And for the tutu and wings and ears, you have got this option here, which is very pretty, because look, here is your mouse, Angel Mouse. So yeah, this we're looking tutu wings and ears here, inner ears. Or if you fancy a slightly lighter dot, then why not go for this one with a slight, so it's just sort of reversed really. You've got your tiny dots there instead if you want to go that way. Or if you don't want those pinks, then, or maybe you're making for multiple people and you want to do different ones, then I've also got tiny dots in light blue, which just works so beautifully with the Lucy in blue. A bit stunning, but again, when these are gone, they are gone. Gone. But I have printed off and put the pattern in there for you as well. So you've got the whole kit there. You just need to add your stuffing, and stuffing's on the website as well. If you want stuffing, then you can have that as well. Oh my goodness, there's so much. Right, now then, it's just easier to bring box. Just to run through, hang on, I think Emma's messaged me to tell me what I do. Oh, morning Vicky, how are you? Very nice to have your company. You can tell it's half term, can't you? Let's see, what have I, 11 cows left. Oh, I've sold out of the Corin. Which ones? The felt rolls. Oh no, not the elephants. I'll find it when I get there. Alrighty, let's have a look. So, if you have any of Corin's books and you just love to, or you just love to make with felt and you just want to have felt in there, I remember redecorating a doll's house and using felt for the carpets, which was really lovely. This is your Halloween bundle, but it's just got some great colours in there. That's your Halloween bundle. And of course, Corin Lapierre, so clever with all of her felts. It's a real privilege to be able to stock them. That is your Seaside. And of course, now I've got to go right in front of the camera and get my big box of felts out again. If you are making furry critters, then why not go for the furry creatures felt? You get 5 sheets in here. It's 45% wool, 55% viscose. There we are. I love this one. The vintage one is one of my favourites. And whenever I'm on the lookout for felt, that one and the pastels are always ones that I go for. And then we've got the Bohemian one there. And I've got one more down the bottom here, and that's all of the felt rolls that we've then got currently in stock. Autumn. Well, that feels appropriate. There we go. So if you're after a felt bundle, perfect, great, fabulous to work with the kids. You can die cut it, you can do it in all sorts of different ways. Let's pop that to one side. Maybe you fancy your elephant. Now, of course, remember all these 20% off today for you, just to help you a little bit in half term. Felt elephant. And again, you've got your needle and everything in there and you're stuffing. It's a complete kit to make that elephant there. Or if you're just starting out, and these make great stocking fillers, then you've got the cat, you've got the black cat, and you've got the ginger cat. And actually, when Freddie's come home and gone, Mummy, it's so-and-so's birthday, I've been really glad to have some of these and go, oh, wow, they can have a craft pack of llamas. Or, oh, I love this one. Why haven't I done this one yet? This is the peacock. I do love that peacock. Really beautiful. Monkeys. I don't think I've got many of the monkey family. And that's the whole family. That's the felt sewing roll that's run out. We've sold out of that one now. Then you've got little grey pussycats. And then if you want a really easy make, starter kind of make, then you've got your felt bunny in a carrot bed. There you go. 20% off those today for you. As a little helping hand for half term. Because, you know, I know what it's like. And we will even post to Wales. So if, there you go, you see, all of those fancy making. I mean, I don't do the political rants very often, but fancy making toys and books, non-essential items during half term. I mean, come on. Anyway, I'll just leave that there and step off and away from my soapbox. Right, where are we at? Who else have we got? Oh, Geraldine says, what a good idea to make some Christmas masks. But ask her to pay for the fabric. She might be more careful. Yeah, I don't know how many others of you have got teenagers that are losing masks left, right and centres. OMP Silver, good morning. Late work gets in the way. Well, it does. They make beautiful things for Christmas, OMP Silver. Elizabeth says, I remember the first pair of trousers I made. I couldn't work out how the heck it was going to become trousers. I have that every time. I must have made gosh, how many pyjamas did I make when I was pregnant with Emily, because nothing else fit, and I still wear them now. I still to this day look at it and go, how is this trousers? How? And yet magically it all happens. Right. Oh, Claire's finished making her wallet, but it's a disaster. Oh, too much wadding, it's way too thick. Put it down to learning a new skill. I feel for you. It is one of those things. Yeah. Honestly, Claire, if you could see some mornings when I'm trying to design something, the amount of mess that goes on the floor, the number of prototypes that go down on the floor. And I guess, you know, when people say, because someone asked me the other day why my downloadable patterns aren't less than my printed patterns, and I said because actually the printing cost is the very least cost out of creating patterns. And if you're going for a downloadable version, you're not paying postage or anything like that. But for me, the cost of that pattern has come in the hours and the sweat, blood and tears trying to get the thing right, trying to get it the right size, the right, you know, just the right everything. And it's the fabric that's left on the floor because it went wrong. It's the design costs that it, you know, I have a graphic designer, lovely Josh, and he puts all of these and makes all of those things cost, and my time and everything else. So that's what you're paying for with a pattern. It's not the actual printed thing that you get at the end. It's like with the cat cushion, you're paying for years and years and years of art college and designs and scrunched up bits of half-drawn cats that have been thrown in the bin because Kath didn't quite get it right. That's what you're paying for. Because otherwise, how else are we going to pay for student loans? That's the one. Oh, good morning, John Cole Morgan. It's very lovely to have you with us this morning. Bella's on holiday, so a slow start. Oh, I don't blame you. Don't blame you. My mother used it in a skirt. I need for a girl guide parade at Remembrance Sunday. Oh, you know when you come in halfway through a conversation, like, what is this going on? I don't know. Gemma's loving the Tilda fabrics. I know you would. And Susan likes the blue fabric for the background. Yeah, it's great. Oh, Naomi's sneakily watching at work. Okay, all right. Jane is working from home on an extended coffee break. I hear you. That's fine. Right, okay. Let's have a look. What else did we need to do this morning? Natasha, will you be putting digital downloads on for the Tilda patterns? They are all out there. They are all readily available. These Tilda patterns are out there for free. I print them off because I know that half of you can't be bothered to search the internet to find them, to print them off. So they are all out there. And that's why I never charge for the actual pattern. I always print them off for free on me. I put them in there. What you pay for is the fabric and the time cost, basically, of cutting up the fabrics and putting it all together for you. So, Linda, they are all out there. Tilda this year. Tuna, when I saw her in January, and we had a big conversation about it, over quite a lot of wine, which was fabulous. But she said that this year she's not going to bring out a book. What she's done is she's made a lot of her patterns just freely available for you. The thing is then trying to find the fabric that goes with the pattern. And that's what I'm in the really lucky position of being able to do, is being able to source what fabrics I can for you that work with the patterns. And that's what you get from me, is that I put them together. Now there are websites that have got the official Tilda Friends cow, and it comes in the Tilda packaging and everything, like the eggs, you know, these. Like those, that sort of packaging, and it's really, really beautiful and gorgeous for gifting, but you'll pay extra for it. All these options are out there. So there we go. What else did I need? Right. Shall we stitch on some ears and start doing that? Let's do some seams. And then we'll see how Jane is getting on with stuffing those legs. Oh, she gets on all the fun jobs, doesn't she? Hang on a minute. Bit of hand stitching calls for this to come out. I've put in somewhere, I really need to make some sort of organisational thing that is more organised than this, don't I? What I'm looking for is my needle threader. What have I done with my needle threader? Oh! But I found my unpicker, my big unpicker. That's all good. What have I done with it? Tell me I haven't left it at Hochanda. That would be really annoying. No! Sorry, this is not scintillating TV, is it? But that's mighty annoying. I've got 8 gazillion pens. Wow, how very frustrating. Right. Let's find some needles and let's get hand stitching. What have I got in here? Oh no, that's a... We'll get there. We'll get there. I'll find it all. It'll all be good. Let's find a needle first of all. Right. Bear with me, caller. Here we go. Ha! Okay. So it begins. What else have I got in here? Oh, Milner's. Actually, no, I'm going to go for a Milner's needle because they are lovely and sharp. So we'll go for one of those. If I can get it out of the packet. Do you guys need me stock needles, by the way? How are you all off for needles? Are you all right? let me know, because I can always get some for you should you require them. I normally save my Milner's needles for my English paper piecing, but we'll see where we get to. Right, let's grab ourselves some. Oh, that'll work. So again, polyester thread for this, because we want it to be nice and secure. So I should have really done all this, shouldn't I, before we came to air. Sorry everyone, that was not great. And then what I like to do, if I can find it, here we are, is this is my little pouch that I keep all my English paper piecing stuff in. Although apparently not my needle threader. Where has that gone? And I would do this with, see, this is why I need a needle threader, isn't it? I'm not going to have to nick another one out of stock. That would be really bad. There we go. And I've just taken receipt of some. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Let me do it here for you. What I am doing, this is called Thread Magic, and I've just got my thread in there and I'm just pulling it through. That is coating my thread so that A, it's going to last, it's not going to tangle as much, and it just puts a condition on that thread, which is really, really nice. Okay, now then, let's have a little look at this ear, shall we? Ear. Now I've already turned up that extra seam. You can, that's fine. And if I was being really pernickety, then I might curve out that ear a little bit more. But let's have a look at how we're going to stitch these on. Okay, so if I were you, I would start in this extra seam bit down here, so you're not going to be seen. Okay, so that then is just, and you know what, sometimes I just pop my needle back through so that I've got an extra knot in there, and I realise I'm doing this at a slightly funny angle, so just bear with me. Now I want to show you this because this is how well, there are lots of different stitches that you can use. So you can just pick up a tiny thread there and a thread there. Can you see there? And go through. And you can work your way along like that if you wish. And you're barely going to see it. Now, do you remember what she said about just sewing these ears onto the front? Okay, so I'm going to pop my fingers in there, and you can do that. Or, if you want it so that it really is pretty invisible, go along, come up, go into that seam in there, and along. And when I say in my instructions to ladder slip or slip stitch, this is it. So I'm going to go in. Can you see where that thread has come out there? I'm going in directly underneath. So you see the tiny, you barely see anything. And then you go along. So underneath, come up a little bit further along. And then into that top fabric and along again. So I like to think of these as the sides of the ladder, and where you then cross directly, sorry, it's a funny odd angle for me here, directly in there, that's like the rung, and along we go. Whoop. Okay, and that is a really easy way to make your stitches pretty, you can't see them, can you? Pretty invisible. So directly in underneath, along and up, into there, along and up. Okay, and that is how I will be sewing all of these things on. Okay, so let's leave that there for now. Oh, wow, I don't know actually. And then let me just finish that off. Finish that stitch off so that it's not going to unravel, and I'll come back and do that later. And then we can look at seaming. What have I got that caught on? Oh, I hear Jane's footsteps. Hello, Jane. Do you have some limbs for me? Oh, well, happily I've got thread, so I can do that. And I will probably double up with that. Oh, beautifully done. Thank you so much. Yes. So they do all need stitching up and stitching on. If in doubt, and I've got one here, a shaping needle, a doll's needle, is really, really useful. With the head, you can see here, we've got a hole there, and that will sit over the top of the body there. And then you can use the same stitch that I've just done if you want, and stitch around, and that will sit really, really nicely on there like that. And then your ear, you'll put a little bit of stuffing in there, and that's going to sit. You can always put a little fold in there if you want. That's going to sit up there like that. So where we did that shaping of the head, and I finally remembered how to actually do it, just pop the ears around on the edge of there. And here he is. And so look, you've got this lovely contrast. Isn't that beautiful? With that lovely fabric that will match his shorts. And you see, there's your extra seam where it says ES, and your extra seam, tuck it under like that. So you've got no raw edges there. And then that then sits on top really happily there, and you can just whip stitch around there or ladder stitch like we've just done. And he's looking a bit cute, right? So we'll have those ears. And then here, you've got your stuffing in there. Stuff it all the way in. And again, that ladder stitch that we've just seen, you're going to shut that with a ladder stitch all the way along there, okay? And you just won't see it. You just won't notice it. And also because, remember, this is going into his shorts. Now you can see the shorts too big. That's absolutely fine. Let's bring them back over to here. So we've got more space. So the shorts are too big at the moment, but you can put little pleats in there and there and there and there. And then the shorts will just sit on him. So just put in little pleats. If you want it so that the shorts come off, put elastic in instead, okay? And then the legs will go on here. Obviously they'll be sewed up as well, but you can just see how that will then, so sew the legs on first. But this is why, I mean, how gorgeous does that colourway look? Start to sit him up there. Oh. And so I don't know if you can see, look, he's got one leg there. We'll stuff the other leg in. Isn't he a beautiful colour? And then his head will go on top there. And you can really start to see he is really sizable. And then his little arms will go on there, and his ears. And I think that colourway is just gorgeous. But that's how he will go together. Now, I was asked about the eyes. Use a marker pen. We had on the show on last Wednesday, we had on for, oh gosh, what was it? For block of the month, we had on the template plastic with a permanent black marker pen. You can use that. I've got a fabric colour marker pen because it is really hard to get hold of any of the Tilda paints, toy paints. So all I would say is you can use a toy paint. You can, of course you can. But decide where you want that eye to go. And, you know, if you've got, once you've got your ear on up there, so once you've got your ear on up there for Mr. Bear, then you might want his little eye down there. And then just pop it the same side there. And then just go in, so yeah, they're about level, check their level. And like I say, I just go in with a fabric marker. If the toys are going to be ornamental and you want to put a bit of blush, I literally just put blusher on, just normal blusher. And then a little bit of embroidery on that nose in pink will give him a little pink nose. So he'll have his bare ears there. And he's going to be pretty gorgeous. There you go. Ah, I hope that helps. I've got a lot of sewing, haven't I, to do this afternoon. So that, I think that's everything that I've got on the show today. Oh my goodness, Jane is back tomorrow with another stunning quilt. So Wednesday's always going to be a quilting workshop with Jane. So she's going to be on at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Obviously, if you are outside of the UK, our clocks went back on Sunday. So that's 10 o'clock UK time, which might be slightly different time-wise. So just try and judge that. But I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea of how these toys come together. And once you've done one, they all pretty much go together the same way. And I think you might get a little bit addicted because, you know, I did. Make sure you grab everything that you're after today, and I will see you bright and early at 10 o'clock with Jane tomorrow. Thank you all so much for all of your messages and everything else, but I hope that's helped, and I will see you, yeah, like I say, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Take care, have a lovely rest of the day, get sewing, and I'll see you soon. Take care, bye-bye.